What is up, peeps? Welcome back to more CS news. It is the first day of the CS offseason. Let's start it off strong. Leave a comment down below. What roster change do you think is going to happen, or what roster change do you want to happen? I'll be replying to all those comments today. Let's see what unique iterations you guys can think of below. But I want to touch back on this Shanghai major a bit more. I want to touch on some hot topics out there and start off this offseason with a little bit of, just some cool news, like what's going down. There's been a lot to talk about after Spirit takedown phase, and one thing I wanted to focus on was a moment that I don't think was highlighted enough yesterday, as Karrigan unfortunately did not become the record breaker of his own record when it came to being the oldest player to ever win a CS major. He is still the oldest to win a CSGO major and could have done so with CS2. Unfortunately, Donk becomes the youngest instead. And that matchup, by the way, the fact you have the oldest versus the youngest to win a major, what a great storyline. But afterwards, when Karrigan, I know we've seen the images, absolute heartbreaking stuff, but when he had a message to his brother who passed not long ago, it's just, it's different when it comes to CS, As he said, "Big brother, I wanted to let you know I gave everything I had. We once again finished second in the major, but there will be more chances. Good game, well played." And aside from just a heart-wrenching statement, the whole story in itself, but him saying there will be more chances is why I'm talking about this, because will he break his own record? Because, the dude is a major grand final machine, all right? We're talking about just months separating this, but again, doing it with a phase run that was not necessarily expected. But do you think Karrigan will be able to break his own record and be the oldest CS player to ever win a major? I've never been more of a firm believer than I am right now after watching that grand finals. Of course, Donk does take down that achievement, and in doing so, we see another, hey football fans, is this a Messi reference? As Magixx has now tweeted about Donk with, of course, the trophy in his bed. And I think even aside from the fact that he's, he is going to be probably one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT. You're talking about a kid who, in his rookie season, took a major. This dude has a major before NiKo. I'm not going to get upset. But also, I think the funnier part about all this is Magixx only tweets when they win events. He has 3 tweets, and it's just trophy tweets. So that's a great life. I know they don't live on Twitter over there, but it's just funny that you tweet every time you win an event or have a trophy, and sometimes it's not even him with the trophy. It's just his guy Donk instead. So it must be a nice life. And then there are many other people out there talking about how Donk got a major before NiKo, and I hadn't really realized it until the comments, because I was just kind of so focused on that series between FaZe and Spirit, wasn't even bringing G2 in contention. And it is wild, the potential that Donk has. Not only the highest ever rated MVP, the youngest ever major winner. He has so many things going for him. And then you just drop that in the bucket, and you could argue that this was G2 and Vitality's major to lose. The way I saw the bracket, especially the lower half of the bracket where they both were, this felt like their major to lose, especially when it comes to a G2 roster who, if they beat Vitality, they have had the advantage against Spirit. And so this felt like it was a strong contention to be NiKo's major, and thus is probably why we saw the reaction out of him that we did, similar to that of Karrigan, right? It's it would have been a crowning moment, not only for his late brother, but the run they had made against Vitality, G2, and then another one of the top 4 best teams in the world in Spirit. That would have been quite possibly one of the best major runs ever done. And then on top of that, would have been the oldest to ever do it. We were so close to so many different storylines this major, which has me so excited to see where these roster changes are going to go. And another topic I wanted to talk about, I just can't get over how great and amazing this round of CS was. I said it in yesterday's video. I'm going to make you watch it again. This has to be one of the best rounds ever played in a major grand finals. The hype around this, and if that Ropz, if FaZe had actually won this map and won the grand finals and won the major, would Ropz jumping op shot have been a graffiti? That's the question, because him and Rain pulling off this 2v4, I still can't really comprehend it.
Rain, the rock of FaZe, maintains control of middle. Magixx posted. Hoping for an overextension that Rain is not going to give him. bombs maneuvering back.
This setup is ready. Karrigan to take first contact. If he goes down, Frozen might go overlooked. This is Frozen's time.
She go ahead of the play, swinging in. Donk is blind. Frozen can't connect. Karrigan in trouble now. Do you fight? Do you run?
They're in
He opts
limbo.
for the fight. He opts for the fight, and Magixx will punish. Faze can. Oh, Brookie misses his shot. Spirit, they're doing it. 2 frags away from the organization's first major. It's just Rain and Ropz. 2 versus 4. Couple of clicks to the mouse, and it's a quick one tap to Zontix. Nice. Oh! Jumping, no scope. Rain and Ropz refuse to surrender. Magixx recovers the orb, spots that one. Good he transfer. Oh my God! 3 points of hell.
He digged him!
Ropz refuses and forces the final round of.
Like, I feel like that would have been a cold moment, you know? Like, maybe. He didn't get a double, but I mean, that was a nasty shot in what could have been. It was just such a great major. And one last thing that I wanted to talk about with all of you before we head into what will be these next few weeks, probably some insane roster changes, is a moment from Magixx. Yesterday, we talked about his aura as he just sat in his chair. In the winning moments, he just sat there, which was just, it was awesome to see. Like, everyone else is jumping around him. He's just like, yeah, I played that game. Yeah, I just won the freaking major. Yeah, I won most of my head-to-heads throughout this entire grand finals. But aside from that as well, it was Magixx's moment where he gave up to faze and let them take map 2, where he offed himself. And I thought this was a funny moment because in other games out there, if this was Valorant, all right, we got different communities, okay? And there's different context around these, but we have seen a moment like this. I believe G2 Valorant had at one point jumped off the map a while back and faced a lot of criticism for not putting in the full effort. And I love how the CS community is very different because you have Magixx in a 1v4, then eventually a 1v3. There is no time. There's no way in the world that he can, even if he gets the kills, get to the bomb. And there's literally no shot he has. So instead of trying, he just gives not only the round win, but the map win to faze.
Looking to make it their second for the organization.
This time, not so lucky. Donk, however, down to Ropz. Steps up, delivers an aggressive opening kill. How often have we said that this year? He's been doing it a whole lot here in Shanghai. Aggression added into the formula. Now to Zontix. Rifle available. Sight available for FaZe, and Frozen does finish off Zontix. Stops him in his tracks on Donut. Jumper red team towards that CT smoke. He is susceptible to Brokey. Slips through, perhaps going to be overlooked. Karrigan's back is turned. It's just going to come down to how he emerges through the smoke. And Brokey's having none of it. But Counter-Strike fans, they're having all of it. Every single map of this major grand final. That's it. Magixx takes himself out of the round. FaZe Clan back on their bullshit, losing their map pick and taking us the distance.
And I think in these moments, like, context matters. There was no chance he was going to do it. If there was any other round where there was a chance, because he did have a kit, right? But there was, I mean, had to be astronomical, right? So instead of giving them that moment of that final kill, he instead was like, I'm not going to give you that satisfaction. So I don't know how that mentally plays. Maybe we'll have to ask some of the FaZe guys what they thought about that. Maybe a bit later, because Spirit won the major, so that's all that really matters. But I thought it was interesting because most of the replies, and maybe this is because Spirit won the major or just given the context of it was an impossible clutch, they were understandable. And I feel like in other esports out there, there would have been a lot more haters being like, he didn't actually try. Like, imagine being paid that much money and you know what I mean? So I found it cool that Magixx could gift a win and off himself in a game. And everyone was like, yeah, probably the right call. You don't see that too often in games out there. That was an interesting talking point. So what did you guys think about all of that? Yes, we have Donk, the youngest ever major winner. We got Karrigan still trying to break his own record to be the oldest ever. We had Spirit take down FaZe and a great map 3 of a grand finals. I mean, it just kissed us off into the offseason. And what roster changes do you expect to happen? Next time I see you, we're probably going to be talking about G2, NiKo, m0NESY, Falcons, all that good stuff. But I want to see I mean, I'm biased. You guys know I want to see an American shuffle, all right? I want to see Team Liquid go full. No, I like too many of those guys. Go full America. Canada, America only. Complexity, they've obviously already started their changes with benching Floppy. I would love to see a big entryway for an American team out there. I don't think it's going to happen. So, till next time, take care of yourselves. Drink up. I'll see you back here sometime soon. Take care, y'all.